Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you around Adobe Express. This is for the purposes of the business card assignment. However, I think that a lot of the concepts that I'm going to be talking about today can translate to just about anything using Adobe Express. So if you are working on the business card assignment, to access Adobe Express, you can either click on this link right here, or you can open up a new tab, click on the waffle icon, navigate down to Adobe Express, and click on it that way. Either one should open up Adobe Express for you. It might take you a while to load in. Also, it may ask you to sign in. Sign in using Google. So Google will be using your student email to do so. If you do notice that it keeps doing this thing where it's like cycling and refreshing, but it never actually gets to a page that looks like this sidebar is what I'm most concerned about. So if you don't see anything like this pop up, you may have to delete your cookies. In order to do that, you just click on the snowman icon right here. Go to delete browsing data. You'll want to make sure the time range is of all time and make sure that your cookies is selected and delete the data. Okay. All that aside, let's assume that you do get into this page, or at least something that looks similar. You probably won't have this exact content on here, but as long as you have this sidebar right here. So we need to make a new file for the business card. To do so, click on this blue plus button, and we're going to make this a custom size specifically. So you'll want to make it a custom size, change the unit to inches, and we want to make this the size of the business card. So specifically, this is 3.25 by 2. And create the new file. And if you ever want a refresher on what the size should be, you can always navigate to the Canvas page, and I have it right here that it needs to be 3.25. Okay. Now, if this is for the laser engraver, I heavily recommend that you stick to just black and white images. The reason for that is colors and realistic images don't always show up the best on the business cards, and so I would try to stick to black and white and more of like a clip art, cartoony type of aesthetic. So going back to Adobe Express, the first thing that I want to show you guys is the text tool. So it's fairly simple. Most of you have used some kind of like graphic design software where you've used these tools before, but you can just click on the text button, click on add text, and then just type in whatever. Okay, so we'll just say Mr. Rainier. You do have a couple different options here, quite a lot actually. You can change the font. So if you're looking for something like more bold, or maybe like this cursive kind of look, I think I like the bold look better. Okay, you can also change like the text layout. So if you want it to like be a circle, it's kind of hard to read, but you can do that, right? Dynamic, so it's like really big. You can make it like an arc. You have a couple different options there. You can also move it around. You can scale this thing. You can rotate it and position it how you want. Again, I would stick to just white background with everything that you want to show up on the business card as black. Okay, the colors are actually going to be inverted. So if you want like a sneak peek of what your business card is going to look like, if you're using a Chromebook, you can hold Control, Search, that's the button with the magnifying glass, and H, and that will invert the colors, and then you can get a little sneak peek of what that looks like. Okay, all that aside, that's basically the text. Keep in mind that your text needs an obvious indication of what your dream job is. It needs your name, your contact information, at least your student email. So that's like the minimum text that you will need on your assignment. The next thing that you may want is a personal logo or a brand that's not copyrighted. Now, any image that is like by default already in Adobe Express, you are free to use. I heavily recommend checking out the Elements tab. These icons are really great. And so let's say you're making a business card for a cupcake bakery. You can just type in cupcake and check out these icons. Like they're pretty simple, and they will show up really well on that laser engraver. Just this like basic black and white is going to show up great on the laser engraver. So let's pick one that you like. I kind of like this unicorn one. You can like change size. You can rotate it, right? Anything like that. Okay, maybe you can add like different elements too. So in elements, let's just go back to like our regular elements. There's a lot of different options. Come on. Okay. Oh, let's exit out of that. Okay, there's a lot of different ones that you can do. Shapes, you know, if you're looking for, if you want like a star background, you can kind of right click and hit send back, and then you can, maybe if you want that like as a background. I don't know if that's going to show up very well, but maybe if you want like a little star in the corner or something like that. Okay, so let's say maybe like the clip art icons aren't really your thing. Let's say maybe you want to generate your own image. Adobe Express does have the ability to use AI to generate images. So if you navigate to Media and click on Generate Image, you then can choose the size. So let's just do like a square here. And I would always start, if this is for the laser engrave project, I would say black and white clip art of, and then I would type in like whatever you want. So if this is for the bakery that we were saying, maybe I want an oven. So I would type in a black and white clip art of oven and then hit generate. This is going to take a while to generate, but it will provide you with several different options in terms of like what you're looking for here, okay? And again, depending on like how slow your Chromebook is how long it will take. So there's a couple different options here. They look all right. Maybe let's pick this one, okay? You'll notice that like it's always going to generate some kind of background here. So if you don't want that background, I would press enter, like select, yep, that's what I want. It's going to give you the option to kind of like crop this if you want. I find that the remove background option is a lot easier though. So I'm going to press enter again. And then over here, there's a remove background button. You can click on that and it will just like automatically delete any unnecessary background. And then you can kind of like position it if you want. Now let's say you don't like any of these options, you are able to just open up a new tab and Google like cupcake clip art. The dangers of doing this, oh, we forgot to do black and white. Black and white cupcake clip art. The dangers of doing this is you aren't exactly sure if this stuff is copyrighted or not, and so you'll definitely want to be careful of that. But let's say I know for sure that this is not copyrighted, we can use it. You can always click this, drag it over to this tab, and drop it right there. And then you can, again, you could delete the background. So anytime you click on a picture, see how the white is like kind of covering up this picture? You can always click on remove background and it will automatically delete the white background there. Okay, so that's how you add varying pictures. Again, the elements tab has plenty of like simple black and white clip art images that you can add, but it is kind of fun generating your own image if that's the aesthetic you're going for. Again, I'm just not sure like how well this grayscale will look, but I guess we'll see. Okay, what else do we need? Oh, a QR code that directs to our resume. So this is assuming that you've already designed a resume. I kind of just made some kind of like placeholder template resume, but you will have yours ready to go if you're ready for this step. So on our business card, you're going to click on this link that says copy and paste your resume link here. Click on that. It's going to have pop-ups. Just exit out of all that. It's going to ask you to sign in with Google. Don't worry about that. Exit it out. Exit it out, and it's going to say paste your website here. So let's go to our resume. The first thing we need to worry about is our sharing privileges. So if you click on share, it will be restricted. That means that only people with like specific access can view your link. I think the minimum or the maximum that students can share to is just jordandistrict.org. So only people who are signed into jordandistrict.org can view your resume. If you want to make it so anybody can view your resume, you will have to generate it on a non-student device. Okay, so you're going to generate it as a jordandistrict.org as a viewer and then hit copy link. Okay, so now that we've copied our link, we can navigate to this website. We're going to click right here and paste it. The hotkey is Control V. So we have our website. It will generate something. You can also get kind of cute with it, add like a click here to scan, right? Something like that. And then you would hit download JPEG, okay? It is getting generated. You do not need to click on anything else. You do not need to refresh the page. It may take a while to generate your QR code, but eventually it will pop up. If you're using a Chromebook, it's gonna like slide up with a little window right here. So once you've downloaded your image, you're going to navigate to here and pull up your download folder or that pop-up that comes up right when you download it, and you can click and drag that on to your business card. And there we go. We have a QR code that will take us to our resume. Okay. The last thing that we want is just one personal edition of your choosing. This could be like an inspirational quote, a slogan, something that makes people want to call you for business. So I would heavily consider what would make your business card look entertaining, professional, whatever kind of vibe you're looking for. You're always welcome to add more to your business card as well. But that is the minimum that is required. So let's say your business card's done, you're happy with it, you love it, it's amazing. I would then download this file to submit onto Canvas, so then Mr. Minear can submit your file onto the laser engraver and get your business card made. So you're gonna download this. PNG works fine. We'll just keep the size whatever it's set to and hit the download button. Okay, mine is gonna pop up here. The Chromebooks, again, it's a little window that pops up in the bottom corner here. Okay, then we navigate to the business card assignment. Let's view that as a student. And you're going to scroll down, click on the picture of the rocket ship, and your file will be in your downloads or maybe your recents tab. I think Chromebooks have a recent tab. Or that little pop-up that comes up on the bottom corner, you can always click on that, click and drag it onto the rocket ship itself. Either one will submit that file, and then you hit submit assignment. You will get a little preview as to what your submission is, and I will be able to see it. This is the step where you will come and see me, and I will get that lined up, and you can help me get this image engraved on a business card. Good luck.